Hello and welcome to the class of economics. Now today we are going to study about the scope and significance of economics. And earlier we have studied about the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics. So let's begin. So we will study about scope and significance of macroeconomics. So, scope of macroeconomics refers to the field of study of macroeconomics. Okay, so we are studying the different fields of macroeconomics. So, we'll see what are the scope. First scope is estimation of national income. So, in this, what we do? When we study macroeconomics, the main concept or it start with the concept of estimation of national income and its related aggregates. So what we will do? We estimate or we starts with the concept of national income. Now we move to the second point, that is theory of employment. So in this, what we do? Macroeconomics studies the theories related to employment in the economy. Okay. So it explains the causes of unemployment and suggests the possible remedies to combat it. So what we study here, how unemployment is there, and how we can combat it. So, third point, theory of money. Now, when we study the macroeconomics, we also study about how to create money creation. Okay, that is with the help of RBI. So, in this, if we talk about this, we will generally speak that creation of money by the commercial bank is an important component of macroeconomics, and that is also linked to it and the role of central bank of a country, that is RBI. Okay, and it's regulating the supply of money in the economy. So money creation by commercial banks and with the help of RBI, okay, central bank. Fourth, theory of general price level, inflation and deflation. Theory of price level, that is inflation and deflation. So now in this we study, or we can say that this is another significant component of macroeconomics. It reveals the trend path of general price level leading to inflation and deflation. So it's a study about the general price level of commodities in the economy which leads to inflation and deflation. Now we talk about the fifth point, that is role of the government. Now, under this role of the government, it comes about we talk about the budget of the government. So whatever role is there with the help of budget only. So macroeconomic studies how government budget impact the level of economy activity in the economy. So budget impact on the economy. Okay. Sixth point, exchange rate. And balance of payment. So under this, we study determination of exchange rate, and way to manage it. Then also we study about the significance. Okay, so after this we'll start study about the significance. So under significance we'll study about the different points which highlights the significance of macroeconomics. Now, first point is descriptions of economy. Of the economy. So under this we study about the estimation of national income across the different sector reveals the nature and level of the economy activities in the economy. So first point, estimation of national income. National income across different sectors. Then, second point, study of unemployment reveals the magnitude of problem and the way it can be handled. Then, study of unemployment. Then, government budget reveals the way economy is related to by the government. It is regulated by the government. So we study about the government budget and how government manages the economy. Now we talk about the second point, that is roadmap of growth and development. So in this, macroeconomics offers a roadmap of growth and development. Roadmap for growth and development. So, what happens? The programs and policies of economic growth are drawn by the assessing the needs and means of economy. So, how the roadmap is decided? With the help of programs and policies according to need. And means. Third. Now we talk about the third point, that is economic stability. So what comes under this? study of macroeconomics helps to achieve economic stability. So then this is achieved through appropriate monetary policy. Okay, by the help of monetary policy, economic stability can be achieved. Policy. And also fiscal policy. Now, fourth point, that is BOP, balance of payment. So in this, BOP status of the country reveals the performance of the economy in relation to rest of the world. So if we see the BOP, or we see the balance of payment of our country, so we can see how was the performance of our economy with the rest, if we relate it with the other rest of the world. Okay, so performance. Now we talk about the fifth point, that is problems of poverty and environmental problems. So in this, macroeconomics views the problem of poverty. Okay, and also sees the problem of environmental pollution. So with the help of macro model, these problems can be addressed. Now we talk about the sixth point, that is policy formulation. Okay, so under this, information related to or information of macroeconomics variables like aggregate demand and aggregate supply and others. Okay, so these are very helpful in formulation of programs and policies, or you can say different policies for the growth and development. Okay, so this is all for today. We will meet up in the next class. Till then, thank you.